Okay. Hello, everyone. I will not be taking long. I want to welcome you to How to Start a Business in Shreveport. And in this course, I'm going to just discuss myself just a little bit. These slides are pretty fast, and then we'll get right into it. So I own a company, Gruntwork Pros. It is a professional development firm that specializes in training small business owners. We research and help to implement effective solutions for the next step in your business. We offer assistance in becoming vendors locally with the city of Shreveport and, uh, you know, helping you file that documentation that it will take to start a business. So who am I? I started Gruntwork Pros in 2016. My name is Candace Ratliff. I'm a Shreveport native. I don't like to be out in front of a crowd per se, but I love this city and I would love to see it grow. I would love to see everyone who sees this video to start a business that hires someone that creates revenue somewhere here. I have a bachelor's of science in business administration from Northwestern State University and a master's of arts in industrial organizational psychology from Louisiana State University. And that is the science of work performance and motivation. So, moving forward, I will not hold you. This is not one of those gimmicks tricks where I keep the information to the end of the show and you have to click on another thing and click on another thing. The agenda is to go over the documentation that it takes to start a business in the city of Shreveport to be legitimate with them and in good standing. So this is the list of documents that I will make the links available to you. The first thing is to get your EIN, your um, file with the IRS or your LLC. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh, I got to get my LLC. I got to get my LLC." Registering with the IRS is completely free. So if someone tries to charge you for this, please do not fall for it. Now, state registry. There are some states that are better to register in, but this is the state of Louisiana, and your state registry will cost you between 75 and $100, depending on what style of filing that you start. And we'll go through that. And then you have your occupancy license. I have a way that I like to do it. Um, the occupancy license is between 50 and $75 depending on what kind of business you're going to start. I'm going to do this as if I'm starting a business from home. But for occupancy license, it's they're going to inspect your building, or they will, if you do an at-home based business, do a drive-by. um, no, none of the people I've done this for, they've actually come in, but they do go see the facade of your business if it's just a home-based business. Then your business application itself. So let's get into it. The first thing is your EIN number. And these links are here. I'm going to click on that one. It's going to take us there to the screen. And about midway down the screen, you're going to scroll and you're going to see apply for EIN. Now, this is going to vary um, based on who you are, what type of business you want to start. If you're going to have complex businesses where you're creating a shell company for multiple LLCs, I do suggest that you consult a lawyer. But I'm going to do this as a limited liability corporation, a LLC. And I'm going to get almost through the paperwork before I click send because we're just going to do a test. We're doing this as a sample. So I went down to the bottom and I clicked apply for an EIN. Then I'm choosing LLC. and it just tells you a limited liability, what it is and what it is not. How many members? I'm going to put one for myself. You do have to put an address and a phone number for every person in there. Okay. They give you the reasons why I'm starting a new business. Some people are just, I need a banking system. And for here, I think no matter what you put in here, right here, it's gonna block it out. Yeah. So you wanna start. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna hit continue. Okay, I was going too fast. I'm going really fast, you guys. Yes, I have a lot of pre-labeled phone numbers. That's my real phone number, you guys. So take advantage, I guess. Do uh, no, I'm not. That's just to see where you want your mail to be sent. And for this, I put in a fake address. Don't. All right. It's a single member. Legal name of your single member. And we're going to say testing it out. So just know, just as using an LLC, they keep mentioning this because you want to be called whatever Inc. or Corp, but you are not incorporated. You are an LLC or a limited liability company. Trading or doing businesses, say you are um, testing it out for the first time, LLC, but you go out by TIO. You know, you want to say you do business as TIO LLC. So you want to put that there. Okay. Well, it's not going to let you put LLC at the bottom, but you would say I'm TIO, the county, which is our parish, which is Caddo, the state, again, Louisiana. So we're here. You can put the start date. You don't want to go back too far, because they'll be looking like, why did you take so long to file this? Do you plan on operating a weighted motor vehicle of 55,000 pounds or more? For me, that's a no. I'm not starting a casino. Does your business use file? And that is no for me. But depending on if you have excise tax involved, you will need to do. I'm not selling alcohol, fired tobacco. So I'm also going to click no. Again, I'm running through this as if I'm doing like a home-based business or a small business so you can see the steps. And do you plan on having employees? For me, it's going to be a no. I'm going to hit continue. And just in the realm, they're going to ask you, what kind of things does your business do? You always can put other. You always can put other. Please don't think that you are limited to that. I'm putting service as my other. I'm putting consulting. The consulting right there. Do you provide operating advice? Yes. And I'm going to put small business here. And they ask you to review before submitting. And this is the thing, you have two options for receiving the confirmation letter. You want to hit this receive it digitally, and you want to download it and save it and email it to yourself. So check and make sure all your stuff is right. Make sure, yeah, uh, all that kind of stuff. You start a new business and then you will submit your request. Now I'm gonna go back out of here and cancel this because again, I'm not actually starting this business, but this will be the first step, and make sure that you have that EIN number downloaded and saved. So congratulations, you download it, you save it, email it to yourself, email it, you're gonna keep up with it. The second part is the state registration. This part is a little bit difficult just because I already have a dashboard, but I want to show you what it'll look like. So this is the Secretary of State, and for every state there's a Secretary of State where you file your business filings. This is what the Louisiana business page looks like here. You can go into the left and file here, file original documents. It's going to ask you to create and log in. I already have my login, so it's a little easier for me, but take your time, go over here, create an account, and then come back and sign in. So, like I said, I'm taking you fast because I want to provide value to you. I want you to kind of see, uh-oh, not me not knowing my password. Give me just a second, everybody. Um, every step that you should take. Okay. So it took me to my dashboard here because I have a business on file in good standing and things like that. So I would click get started, but I'm going to just in case, I want to show you a little bit different. Come down here of the fees that we have, the fee list that I have should be right here, that it may show you on this page when it says file original documents. And so you want to go. here, and you would see right here articles of organization for a limited liability company. It's $100. And you would fill this form out and you mail it. You can mail it mail it physically, you can fax it. Um, and notice it keeps saying the name and the words. The name shall contain the words LLC, the abbreviation, things like that. It has the specific instructions. I just wanted to show you the physical form in case that's what the site brings you. Okay. So there's that. But we're here and it'll say get started. And I'm going to take you through some of this physical uh, things. And it says, what would you like to do? I always click register a Louisiana business just starting up. All right, so I'm starting a new business filing. And then I'm starting a LLC. Here we go. What's my business type? And then it's going to be domestic. And then it tells you based on your response, business type, the domestic filing fee is $100. So, like I said, getting started legitimately is it costs you a little bit. It does cost you, I'd say, come to the table with like 500 or $600. And that's because you want to do this and feel ease. Okay. If you plan on selling things, like they tell you this, if you're going to be a retail space, that's what this is for. If you're going to have employees, that's what this button is for. Your franchise, all of those things. You're going to need unemployment insurance if you have employees. That's kind of mandatory there. Now, I'm going to put no accounts needed because I'm a party of one. This is, do you have employees? I'm putting no. Is your business subject to Federal Unemployment Tax Act? Because I don't have employees and I'm doing this as an individual starting a business, I'm going to put no. So then you, as a lone person, are considered a sole proprietor. If you click partnership or corporation, there's a lot more documentation. But again, I'm hoping I'm reaching small business owners with this. So you would click sole proprietorship and you would keep going and you would call this testing it out. And I think it'll kick you out if you put LLC. I'm not sure. I'm gonna make sure it'll give you a little. There we go. So, is this company engaging in lawful activity for companies that may be formed? Yes. The duration, I put perpetual because, of course, we all are hoping our businesses last forever, passing down to all the people. Now, right here, if you put other provisions, a lot of people put the rules. I've done this not here, but in another case where I put the reason we're starting this organization is to do scholarships and this, that, and the other. And I put this is how you can become a member of the LLC and things like that. But any other provisions of your business, you want to put them there. But I don't have any other provisions at this time. Okay. It's moving right along. Might be slowed. When I storm. We're halfway there. And this is where you're gonna a million times put in your address. And I'm putting 505, and I know y'all are seeing some for Shreveport. Put my real phone number. Put my ad. Put the email address. And you're gonna do it again. I think there's a button you can push if it's different, but you're gonna put your name, address, and phone number in so many times. Uh, in this 505 Travis Street, I hope you guys recognize it because this is where a lot of the business that we are doing will take place when you go down and file your application and things like that. So putting just hit tab. I gotta fix that. Okay. I'm going next. And then this is your personal, like who is running it, right? And then you want to put manager manage. But if you have multiple members, you want to put that. I'll just put myself back here and go to next. Unless it tells me, yep, I was going real fast, so I probably skipped some stuff. Boop, I'm a manager. Hey, there we go. And again, like you just want to be careful to feel everything out. I thought I could auto feel I was going real fast. And boom. Would you like to upload your original documents? No. And then you sign. This is my name. I put myself as the owner manager. And now comes the part where you pay. You make sure everything that you've done, carefully review, take you through who's who, what's your address, and all that. In order for you to proceed, an email will be sent to your designated register. And this one, okay, so you get into this page, and the next code is a North American number that is done by the federal government. It's just like, what type of business do you have? And you can search it and just put consulting, and it'll bring up some of the codes, right? Of these codes. And I think mine would be this 5441618. So don't be afraid to click in there and get it and put 541. And you can put multiple. So you can put 50%. And then I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna do another search. I'm gonna put training. 611430. Hit this plus sign over here. And I'm gonna put the other 50%. Now, if you find something and you hit validate, of course, the validate button, and your total contribution, this is just saying if you become a member of the state, of federal, and you ended up doing this, these are the numbers that they're looking for. Say they're looking for someone to train the military or train you or whatever the thing, they can say by your next code who you are. All right. What kind of services you offer. Now, you want to be careful here. It says, would you like to expedite the review of your filing by the Secretary of State? And it's so funny because right now the whole state is shut down in an ice storm. And I doubt anybody is reviewing these any faster than they would. So I always click no. Now, if you're in a hurry and you're like, I need some legitimacy, pay the $50. Who am I to tell you? And then the last step is the money. And at this particular point, I'm not gonna file. But this is step two. And we're about 27 minutes in to it. And so your total fee would be 105. You check out and file, put all your stuff in there. I'm not gonna do that. So we're gonna move on to the third step. And these, so we've gone federal, state. Now we have to go local. So let me get to back to my little presentation. Here we are. And you want to start with your occupancy license here. Now there's two ways of doing this. The reason I use the form is because I have never done this in one felt swoop where I didn't have to call or go by there. So like this is the home base certificate of occupancy application. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. You can fax it, um you can walk it in. And I personally like to walk it in to 505 Travis 130 and let them take the couple of days. So it's a short fee. There's a this one also is a $75 fee. You would put new, I'm putting home because I did the home-based business. Name of applicant is very straightforward. My name, have the caps lock on, y'all. You know, date, owner, if different from the applicant, testing it out. We're on testing it out LLC. We are type of business, consulting, the address. You're going to put your address, your phone number, your email, and then you're going to sign. And you might want to print this out and sign it. But these are more instructions, the intent here. And you want to sign page 2 of 2. Okay. So there's that you're signing and dating page 1 and page 2. Now, that being said, I want to show you this longer way, which you click on My Government Online. And go through this. You would log in, create a new login. I think I'm already in here. Let's get into it. Let's see. All right. Now my stuff came up. But you will want to go to here, down here. That's when you, yeah. Why is it not letting me click this button? Yeah, to planning and zoning and apply online. Okay. Sorry for the double clicks. I just do it the long way for because the form is shorter. So you're in Louisiana. We've launched our new customer portal. Here you can apply. I feel like this takes you back. Yeah. Yeah, this just takes you back. You guys, I'm so sorry. Like I said, you want to really go with that one sheet of paper. It into the office. It gets you done quicker than going around in a circle like this kind of takes you. See, it's going to bring you to that same sheet of paper. But I want you to know both ways. The Metropolitan Planning Committee online and um and the physical way. Like I said, my goal, I always try to go the physical into here because you end up kind of calling them to make sure that they process your application, which ends up making you make two trips. So I don't want to get bogged down into this, but trust me that the paper is the way to go and not the online app. Okay. So we've been through four of the documents, and I hope it hadn't been boring to you. Again, I wanted to get down into the meat of it, but imagine doing this work and you being where you need to be, you know? And so the last bit of this is a PDF. It took me out. I'm going to get to that PDF right quick. Double click on it. And I only have the PDF of this because the city of Shreveport, they don't really have this online. You kind of have to call in to get it. Make sure that that document, I'm having a little technical difficulty. Let me get to the picture. This is the actual business application you would file downtown. You take into downtown to 505 Travis, or um you can mail it in. It does have a fee associated with it of I believe 50 bucks. And so on this form, you would go new business, we'd be testing it out, LLC. You put your address on there. Your primary business activity. Are you selling any gas products? You're saying no. You put in the type of business, it's a corporation. You're putting your business date. You want to go 01/01 2026. Put your phone number, your email address there, and see, this is where you would want that certificate of occupancy number before you got this here. You're gonna go and you're gonna put whatever number they're gonna give you, C 1 2 3 4. You're gonna go and that sales tax and use if you have employees, which we won't, your driver's license number, and then that EIN number, which was that first step that we filled out. You're gonna put your name here to me, your name again, because you are your chief corporate officer. Again, your address, your phone number, and we're putting home site, but just depending on who you are, you're gonna put no, you don't sell any alcoholic beverages. Number of branches, I'm putting one, and then here you're gonna print your name, and then you're gonna print it and sign it, or you can digitally sign. But there, when you go to take this in, you're gonna go to 505 Travis Street, or you can mail it into them to the revenue division. All right. So that's all the documents that it takes to have a business in Shreveport. I am going to make this sheet with all the links available on my website and through Beacons AI. If you just click there, it's real quick. I'll show you right there. It's free. You just have to put your name in, email address in, and it kind of just like emails you the copy to download. All right. Well, I hope this has been helpful and that it didn't take too much of your time. And I wish you well. Please let me know in the comments if you started your own business and if you need to get with me on getting through some of this documentation because I've done it several times. Feel free to go to my website, find me on LinkedIn, and send me a message. Find me anywhere and send me a message. But I'm gonna put this on YouTube, so the link to download on the page is gonna be in the comments. So thank you so much for your time, and you have a good day.